Hi all, welcome to my channel. I'm Mark, this is Mark's Mod, and today guys it's our weekly catch up. It's Sunday. So yeah, been a bit of a, I wouldn't say a hectic week, but a lot's been coming out on the channel. So the first thing I want to hit on is basically everything that's been in the news about the submersible that went missing, and subsequently we found out that the people on board did not survive. I haven't really touched on this subject this week much because I've just been watching the news and just been looking at what's been going on. I have my own opinions on what about this submersible and tourists going down to the ocean bottom to see the Titanic, but to be perfectly honest with you, I'm going to keep them opinions to myself. It absolutely devastating for the families and everything else like that, and the people that have perished down at the Titanic. It just doesn't bear thinking about, but it just shows that, yeah, it's still taking lives even now, how many years later. So I just thought I'd touch on that first of all, get that out of the way. That's the doom and gloom for the week so far. So yeah, it is devastating. I have my own opinions on the situation, but yeah, that's not for me to say really. But so we've had quite well. For me, it's been an exciting week because for me, some things have returned to the channel, which is sci-fi. We have got two sci-fi builds back on the channel. So if you've been following along all week, we've had the DeLorean come back. As you can see, it was behind me. I was working on it last night. That is looking superb. And we've also had the new build this week, which was the Optimus Prime, which is an absolutely superb build so far. It's nice to have some sci-fi back on the channel because that's again where I started. Originally, I was doing sci-fi builds. Massive sci-fi fan, I'm going to admit it. But slowly over the time, it has been sort of phased out on the channel. Not by my actual recognition that it was being phased out. It's just one day I looked and thinking to myself, I don't have anything sci-fi related on this channel anymore. How has that happened? It doesn't help that we haven't had any builds for like a Star Wars build for a long time, apart from they did re-release the R2-D2, but I'd already built the R2-D2, so I didn't want two. I'm happy with just one. So yeah, we've had some sci-fi return. So we've had the DeLorean, that's come back, and we've also had the Optimus Prime. The DeLorean went absolutely fantastic. It's nice to see that back. It's nice to know that I'm going to be able to finish this on the channel. Now it's been taken over by FanHome. And it was just great working on it again. It was just sort of trying to familiarise myself with the model again. And when I say familiarise myself, it's just the way the electrics are done, the way the screws are done. You have to sort of familiarise yourself to get back into the swing of things again with it. Because it had been, it's nearly a year since Eaglemoss went out of business. I don't know the exact dates, but it's been about a year. And yeah, it has been stuck on a shelf or on display, gathering dust. I did have some issues that I still had left from Eaglemoss, and I did a couple of them to the build. And then yeah, 93 and 94 I had left from Eaglemoss. So 93 went up on the channel this week. I have filmed 94 and I have filmed 95, so they will be coming very shortly. But with the way things are at the moment is I've been able to get a video out every day, which is absolutely fantastic. It really does my algorithm really well in basically subscribers and likes and everything else like that, and the videos get recommended, which is even better. So yeah, the Optimus Prime has been absolutely fantastic build. I'm very impressed with that. Now tonight we do have a live stream that is going to go to my channel. That is going to be at 7 PM. And basically me and Kev over at the Nexus, we're going to review the Optimus Prime issues 1 and 2, and just generally see what we think. I know some people have been commenting about there is the Agora one and then there's the FanHome one. I picked the Optimus Prime from FanHome clearly on what it means to me as a build. I only build things that mean something to me. I don't just build builds that are you know, oh, well, that's come out. Oh, I need to do that. That'll get me some nice views, or that'll get, you know, that'll do really well on the channel. It's never like that. Absolutely never like that on the channel. It's a case of a build has to take my interest. So I am quite picky and choosy on what to do. So there's been like the Iron Man, the Infinity Gauntlet. Marvel isn't my thing. It really, really is not my thing. So I'm not going to build something that's not up my street, not what something I enjoy. Now, if you talk about Transformers, brilliant. Watched it as a kid in the 1980s, you know, had the toys and everything. And then you get two to choose from. So you have the Agora one, which is set as the 1980s Optimus Prime. And then you have the Fan Home one, which is the movie. Now, I could have gone for either one of them. It really wouldn't matter which one I went for. I went for the Fan Home one. It is clearly because I might have watched the TV show when I was in the 1980s growing up as a child and had the toys. Not necessarily everybody in my household has. And at the end of the day, my models are displayed all around the house, not just in this room. I mean, at the moment downstairs I've got the Spitfire on display in the living room. And it's something that if I've got to think, well, people, I want the rest of the household to be interested too. And I just like the look of the Fan Home one over the Agora Optimus Prime. I just thought the Fan Home one had a little bit more to it. So yeah, that's why I went with that one. Sorry if the camera keeps flickering for some strange reason. It seems to do it when I do that. It's not doing it now. Right. So that's why I went with that. But it's nice to see some sci-fi back on the channel. Now, obviously, with the DeLorean starting back up again with Fan Home, I do have the Ecto 1, which I need to work on. Basically, with that, I'm holding off on it because there's some electrical work I need to do on the Ecto 1. So, basically, some of my electrics weren't working when I sandwiched it together. So, basically, I took it apart again and realised there was some wires that were broken. The Ecto 1 is the first ever vehicle I've done. So when I was combining the body to the shell of the vehicle, or the body to the chassis, it's my first time I've ever done that, and I just don't think I gave it as much care and attention as I should have done. And basically I put it together, and then I think it was hope for the best. Since realising that's not really how you do things. So basically, you know, I've had to take it apart. I've got some soldering and some rewiring to do. Then I can put it back together again. And then the idea is I will get in touch with Fan Home and I will get the remaining finishing issues to finish that build off. I think I worked it out is I'm only 10 issues from finishing it. So it's actually not as bad as you would think. So that is definitely on the cards. I just need to find the time to do the soldering and doing the rewiring. Then I can put the car back together and I can say, yeah, let's sort out the Ecto 1. Just going to have a drink. Sorry, it is very warm in here today. I'm looking at my computer now and it's saying it's 26 degrees outside, so it is hot. So I've got a fan on. I've got the window wide open, so if you're hearing the noise from outside, it's yeah, I can't have the window closed because it's just way too hot. So them two have been out on the channel this week. The Titanic is coming along nice and smoothly. I think I recorded this week's Titanic, and to be perfectly honest with you, we were just using 11 photos to put 3 pieces of decking on it. There was not a lot to do whatsoever on that build, and it seems like when I look at the what's coming up with Hachette, all we seem to be doing is working on the promenade deck, which looks like we're moving away from building the hull again. So goodness knows what's going to happen with that build, but it's coming along nicely, the same as the Trumpeter Titanic. Now the problem is with the Trumpeter Titanic, I have been working on it. I've been working on it in people's live streams. I haven't been working on it in sort of my own time with nobody around, so out of live streams. And the reason, because it's just so hot, I realised that I was in Lindsay's live stream and it was just so hot that the filler for just filling in the portals that don't need to be there or shouldn't be there, it was just drying within minutes. Literally, I mean, it's supposed to fully cure after quite a few hours and stuff. It was drying within minutes, so I just realised it is way too hot to be doing that. So now I'm waiting to pick a nice cold day when I can work on it, which means I can't do much on that build until that happens. So that is on hold at the moment until the weather cools down. I never thought you'd say that. A build is on hold until the weather cools down. Yeah, strange. So that's been the Trumpet Titanic. The rest of the builds have been nice and smooth, apart from one. So Friday, nice knock at the door, the postman, and he had 3 boxes for us. 3. Even though they were dispatched at different times, they weren't dispatched on the same day. I had 3 boxes, which I'm sure that we just don't get our what we should be getting every day post-wise, but that's just my grievance with the post office. I'm sure it's probably not that. But yeah, I don't understand how 3 boxes came in one day. So basically, I had more DeLorean delivered, I had more camper van delivered, and I had the Optimus Prime delivered, which was fantastic. It was like Christmas. I was basically, as soon as I get the issues, I have to go through them. So I have like a little method of doing it. So what I do is I scan the magazines, the instructions in the magazines, so they are all scanned onto the computer. And then what I do is, once they're all scanned onto the computer, I then will snip each instruction or photograph out, and that's what goes on the screen. While I'm sorting out through the magazines, I'm also looking at the parts in the next step, and then I mark down with a Sharpie which stage or issue them parts are for. I was doing all that fine, and then when it came to the snipping for the camper, I'm like, what the blooming heck's going on here? Oh, I don't know what that was. A massive squeak there. So I don't know. Honestly, I don't know what that was. Yeah. So I was snipping. I'm thinking, what is going on here? And I realised that stage 59 of the camper van, the magazine was in German. Oh dear, it's good job I don't get stressed out with these things anymore, because yeah, yeah, the magazine was in German. Go figure. Go absolutely. If it's sent from a UK warehouse, how the heck have they got German magazines in a? And I wouldn't mind. This is one thing I absolutely love. I wouldn't mind, but they've released this build in Germany, and everybody in Germany is going mad for it, because it's, you know, it's a Volkswagen camper van, you know, it's made in Germany, and they're not even anywhere near close to that issue at all. They're really way down in the issue numbers. So I don't understand how a rogue German issue got sent. Now I actually looked at it and thought, I can probably pretty much do this just by looking at the pictures, because most people do, unless they come stuck, and then that's when they'll read the instructions. Yeah, it was in German. I'm thinking, do I get the replacement magazine or don't I? In the end, I ended up phoning up D'Agostini, and I said, you know, look, the magazine, it's in German. I don't really speak German. And they're going to basically send one out in English, just the magazine, no parts or anything else like that, just the magazine they're sending out, which is fantastic. I could have left it, like I said, but then I thought to myself, well, there is all the articles in it and stuff like that, and I'm kind of paying for it, so I kind of want it to be right. I want to make sure I have everything the way it should be, and that's just my OCD kicking in there. So yeah, that's sorted. The camper van is moving along slowly with the build. We are working now. I think I was working some chassis bits the other day, or suspension, I can't remember, bits the other day. So that's moving along nicely. There never seems to be much to do in the camper van build, unless they absolutely pack it into just 2 pages of instructions. So yeah, it's a nice simple build, is that one. It's the same with the Rossi. The Rossi is more or less, it's only, the instructions are over 2 pages, and it's been like that from issue 1. So basically you have your front bit, well it's 3 pages, you have your front bit with the parts, and then the instructions are only on 2 pages, so it's quite an easy build to do. We seem to be going quite well with that one at the moment, so yeah, it's moving along and it's building up slowly. It doesn't do too well though, there's the Rossi on the channel for some reason with views. I don't think many people are doing it, so that's one of the reasons why it's not one of the popular builds, like say if I was doing the Knight Rider or stuff like that. So it is what it is. I'm still enjoying building it. It's something different. So definitely something I chose. So yeah, I'm enjoying it. Then we just move on to the Miura finally, which again is just moving along nice and smoothly. We are only down to 1 issue a week now, or 1 stage a week with the Miura build, and that's just simply because I haven't got my next pack. I think I'm due a pack. I don't think I got one this month. I'm sure I'm due a pack next month, which will be July, and then nothing August, and then something except in September. So hopefully, fingers crossed, I get a pack next month for the Miura. But again, yeah, it's running nice and smoothly. We are working on the interior in the cockpit of the car, so you know it's everything just seems to be running smoothly at the moment. And like I said, with the builds that we're doing, I'm able to get at least a video out every day. Apart from the Optimus Prime, because there'll be nothing on that now until the next lot arrive, and that's when that will go to a weekly every week. So I did issues 1 and 2 because obviously it's the start of a build, it's a new build, so I'd like to do the issues 1 and 2 first of all, and then when the second pack arrives, that's when it will be put onto 1 stage per week on that one. So yeah, it's been an eventful week, really. Yeah, the only one problem I did find with the Optimus Prime build is that I was missing a screw. I should have got some, I think it was DP screws or something, and I had the bag, but I didn't have the screws in the bag. Luckily, there was another screw that fitted that we already got, so I was able to solve that problem. But yeah, hopefully that's not a sign of what's to come with this build. So if you can hear that outside, I've got to have the window open. So that's really been it for the week. Now tonight, like I said, I am live at 7 PM with Kev at the Nexus. We are going to be doing a review on the Optimus Prime build. So that should be lots of fun and stuff. So I will have to get my Optimus Prime out. It is a nice build. It is a superb from what I'm looking at so far. So yeah, I'm really looking forward to that. And I've been going for about 20 minutes, and that's I seem to have said an awful lot within 20 minutes for some reason. Normally I'd like to try and go for half an hour, but yeah, okay. So next week, all the builds are recorded for next week. So we will have Titanic, we will have Campervan, we will have Miura, we will have Rossi, and we will have DeLorean next week. If the weather starts to cool down, which I'm hoping it will do, fingers crossed, I can start working on the Trumpeted Titanic again. Again, it's still time-lapse videos because it just takes so long to do the work I'm doing. It really does. It, you know, when you're filling in portals and then you're trying to sand them down, it just takes its time, and that's why all them are sort of speeded up videos, and then it's like a before and after really of what work I've done. There are going to be a lot of videos coming up where it is just going to be me talking and working on the model, but at the moment it's all about the preparation on the hull. That is what we are working with at the moment, and yes, it's going to be a while. We have been working on it for a while, but it's just got to be done properly. It's got to be done good for the build. The only one thing I will say about the Optimus Prime build is we do get magazines for the build, so we do get magazines with instructions in for the build, but there are no binders. So if you're building this, from what I'm aware of, there are no binders for this build. and that is the same with the camper van and the Rossi and the Miura. The Miura instructions are online, obviously, but for the Rossi and the camper, there are no folders for them builds. So I do have folders for them, but they're just generic folders bought from the shop that I put in. So if you are planning on doing the Optimus Prime by Fan Home, maybe expect no folder, and you'll have to store the magazines, if you are keeping them, away in a safe place. So yeah, there is that as well. Anyway, right, so that's just rabbited on for about another 2 minutes. Go figure. So I think, yeah, I'm going to end it there today, because I think I've covered absolutely everything I wanted to cover. So hopefully next week's going to be a nice cooler week, and I can get more stuff done. It is very hard to work in here when it is stifling warm, and when I'm recording I have to try and shut the window so you don't get outside noise. I have to shut the door so you don't get any noise from the rest of my family and stuff, and it just gets stiflingly hot in here very quickly. I do have a fan, but it's only one of them little desk USB fans. It does the job. We do have a bigger fan that we can use in storage, but that thing is extremely powerful, and if I was to have it, say, blowing behind me where I'm building, it'd probably blow everything away, and I'd be absolutely looking more for parts again. So yeah, not a wise idea. Anyway, if you like this video, please could you give it a massive thumbs up. It goes to help the algorithm. It goes to help my videos being recommended. So if you could give it a massive thumbs up, I really would appreciate. If you're not subscribed, please subscribe. I'm looking at my analytics, and 50% of the people that watch me are not subscribed. It doesn't cost anything, guys. It just means that if you subscribe and you hit the notification bell, you will be notified on any video or any post that I put out on the channel. So please, if you're not subscribed, I'm going to have another drink here. I'm trying to do the ending, and this is just, yeah. That's better. Right, so if you're not subscribed, please subscribe. It really does mean a lot. I am trying to do to 3,000 before the new year. I don't think that's going to happen, but if it does, it'll be absolutely fantastic. But like I said, 50% of the people that watch my videos are not subscribed. So please hit the subscribe button and hit that little bell icon, and make sure you turn on all notifications, and you'll be notified of any videos or any updates or anything on the channel whatsoever. So please help me out on this one with the algorithm. But I will say this after every video, and I've said it, so when I say, but as for always, guys, stay safe. Stay safe came from when we were in lockdown, when my channel really took off, and then bye for now. So at the end of the day, guys, stay safe and bye for now.